Today is October 7th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today on the Big Book, we're going to continue Chapter 6 into action. We'll be reading page 85. At the 12 and 12, we're going to continue Step 12 and read page 110. And finally, we will be reading today's 24 hours a day and daily reflection. So with that, hope y'all are doing well this morning, my friends. Life is good over here. Got a big old cup of coffee by my side and a grin on my face at 2:30 in the morning. Well, I'm about 3 in the morning. But hey, grateful to be sober today. So with that, let's get to the good stuff. Okay, so yesterday we read the beautiful 9-step promises and began talking about step 10. So we're going to continue that thought actually on the bottom of 84 and 85. And we have ceased fighting anything or anyone, even alcohol. For by this time sanity will have returned. We will seldom be interested in liquor. If tempted, we recoil from it, as if from a hot flame. We react sanely and normally, and we will find that this has happened automatically. We will see that our new attitude toward liquor has been given us without any thought or effort on our part. It just comes. That is the miracle of it. We are not fighting it, neither are we avoiding temptation. We feel as though we had been placed in a position of neutrality, safe and protected. We have not even sworn off. Instead, the problem has been removed. It does not exist for us. We are neither cocky nor are we afraid. That is our experience. That is how we react so long as we keep in fit spiritual condition. It's easy to let up on the spiritual program of action and rest on our laurels. We are headed for trouble if we do. For alcohol is a subtle foe. We are not cured of alcoholism. What we really have is a daily reprieve contingent on the maintenance of our spiritual condition. Every day is a day that we must carry the vision of God's will into all of our activities. How can I best serve thee? Thy will, not mine, be done. These are the thoughts which must go with us constantly. We can exercise our willpower along this line all we wish. It is the proper use of the will. Much has already been said about receiving strength, inspiration, and direction from Him who has all knowledge and power. If we have carefully followed directions, we have begun to sense the flow of His Spirit into us. To some extent, we have become God-conscious. We have begun to develop this vital sixth sense. But we must go further, and that means more action. Out of the 12 and 12 runs, Step 12. Having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. Page 110. Practically every AA member declares that no satisfaction has been deeper and no joy greater than in a 12-step job well done. To watch the eyes of men and women open with wonder as they move from darkness into light. To see their lives quickly fill with new purpose and meaning. To see whole families reassembled. To see the alcoholic outcast received back into his community in full citizenship. And above all, to watch these people awaken to the presence of the loving God in their lives. These things are the substance of what we receive as we carry AA's message to the next alcoholic. Nor is this the only kind of 12-step work. We sit in AA meetings and listen, not only to receive something ourselves, but to give the reassurance and support which our presence can bring. If our turn comes to speak at a meeting, we again try to carry AA's message. Whether our audience is one or many, it is still 12-step work. There are many opportunities, even for those of us who feel unable to speak in meetings, or who are so situated that we cannot do much face-to-face 12-step work. We can be the ones who take on the unspectacular but important tasks that make good 12-step work possible. Perhaps arranging the coffee and cake after the meetings, where so many skeptical, suspicious newcomers have found confidence and comfort in the laughter and talk. This is 12-step work in the very best sense of the word. Freely ye have received, freely give is the core of this part of Step 12. 24 hours a day, October 7th. AA Thought for the Day. Do I put too much reliance on any one member of the group? That is, do I make a tin god out of some one person? Do I set that person on a pedestal? If I do, I'm building my house on sand. All AA members have clay feet. They are all only one drink away from a drunk, no matter how long they've been in AA. This has been proved to be true more than once. It's not fair to any member to be singled out as a leader in AA and to always quote that member on the AA program. If that person should fail, where would I be? Can I afford to be tripped over by the failure of my ideal? Meditation for the day. You must always remember that you are weak, but that God is strong. God knows all about your weakness. He hears every cry for mercy, every sign of weakness, every plea for help, every sorrow over failure, every weakness felt and expressed. We only fail when we trust too much to our own strength. Do not feel bad about your weakness. When you're weak, that is when God is strong to help you. Trust God enough, and your weakness will not matter. God is always strong to save. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may learn to lean on God's strength. I pray that I may know that my weakness is God's opportunity. Daily Reflection, October 7th. Daily Monitoring. Continued to take personal inventory. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 88. The spiritual axiom referred to in the 10th step. Every time we are disturbed, no matter what the cause, there is something wrong with us. Also tells me that there are no exceptions to it. No matter how unreasonable others may seem, I am responsible for not reacting negatively. Regardless of what is happening around me, I will always have the prerogative and the responsibility of choosing what happens within me. I am the creator of my own reality. When I take my daily inventory, I know that I must stop judging others. If I judge others, I'm probably judging myself. Whoever is upsetting me most is my best teacher. I have much to learn from him or her, and in my heart, I should thank that person. Okay, my friends, that concludes today's reading. Man, there's so many great things to choose from here. Again, probably the hardest part of the show is picking one to talk about. But I do love the 10th step, the reminder that every day I've got to keep working this. On page 85 of the Big Book, it's easy to let up on the spiritual program of action and rest on our laurels. I've done that before. I don't need to go to the meeting tonight. I'm fine. I don't need to pray right now. I'm good. That can be a little dangerous for me. And then it says right here, we are headed for trouble if we do, for alcohol is a subtle foe. We are not cured of alcoholism. And then the next line, what we really have is a daily reprieve, contingent on the maintenance of our spiritual condition. Every day is a day that we must carry the vision of God's will into all of our activities. That's a loaded two sentences right there. But it's true. I hear a lot of old-timers that have, say, 30, 40 years of sobriety. They say, and it was also in the 24 hours a day reading today, they say that I'm only a drink away. It's truly one day at a time, working it one day at a time. All the good things I did yesterday, that's great and that's well and good. But yesterday's over. I'm going to have a whole new set of problems presented to me today, but also a whole new set of opportunities to seek my higher power's will and to work the program. But it's a choice every single day. Right here it says, every day is a day we must carry the vision of God's will into all of our activities. That's a lot. But then I love this. How can I best serve thee? Thy will, not mine, be done. The third step prayer all over again. These are the thoughts which must go with us constantly. We can exercise our willpower along this line all we wish. It is the proper use of the will. But my friends, that's all we have time for today. I hope you all have a great one. As always, I don't speak on behalf of AA or NA or Al-Anon or any other sect or denomination. I am just a guy, just a friend in this lifeboat of recovery. And I want to thank 2 listeners who reached out through Big Book Daily. Nisha emailed in and said, I emailed you a couple months ago about how much I enjoyed the show. I want to let you know that I'm still listening, that your show is an important part of my program, since I work 2 jobs and can't always make it to the meetings. Thank you for being in my feed every day. It's seriously wonderful that you've kept the show going for as long as you have. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, Nisha. It is nothing that I've done. I'm just reading these books. But really appreciate the email and having you as a friend in this lifeboat of recovery. And another friend, Josh, who is a personal friend of mine, very, very close friend of mine, he reached out. He said, my name is Josh, and while I am not an alcoholic, I have been greatly blessed by the podcast. I have my own faults, character flaws, and struggles. And while they may not be as severe as the problem of alcoholism, they can easily become very destructive. I find that surrendering all my struggles to my higher power, whom I call Jesus Christ, is paramount. Being honest, sincere, humble, and trying to help others gives me life. I have a much better understanding of those that struggle with alcohol and how everyone, alcoholic or not, has a desperate need for a spiritual program to live a life as was meant to be. Coram Deo, which is a Latin phrase that means in the presence of God. Thank you for your service to help both alcoholics and non-alcoholics by carrying this message of hope. Blessings. Your friend Josh. Well, first of all, my friend, thank you so much for listening and reaching out, man. You know I love you, buddy. And talking about service and humility, Josh is one of those friends that if stuff hits the fan, I know he's there. He's always been. And just words can't express how much I love you, man. And I really appreciate the email. But guys, that's all we have time for today. If you ever want to reach out, I'd love to hear from you. We've got a couple months left of the show. I would love to hear about your experience, strength, and hope. So again, bigbookdaily@gmail.com is the email. You can always send us a voicemail as well. And if we are given another set of 24 hours, my friends, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.